to it.
Hey, everybody. Guys, this is the special guest. It's Justine Marino.
Hi.
My former co-host on the Three's Too Much podcast, legendary stand-up comedian, the pride of Denver, Colorado.
Thank you.
Somewhere went vegan during our friendship and didn't tell me. No, are you still vegan?
I'm still vegan.
Unbelievable.
On the way over here, I was actually thinking about that birthday party I had where you and Ellis, I think it was like 2012, and we went to a vegan restaurant, Cafe Gratitude, and you guys were like, oh, I'm going to get like a burger.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I have some news for you.
To which Mark and I both just had beer after our tall waiter, Freeman was his name.
Oh my God, Freeman.
With the unibrow that was legitimately straight across his head I said, I'm allergic to nuts. And he goes, oh, I just recommend you don't eat here.
Yeah.
I
And
was like,
Ellis got a Jersey Mike sub on the way there.
Yep.
We went to see Jurassic Park 3D, and then in the parking lot under Cafe Gratitude, he ate a Jersey Mike sub.
there you go. And I just happened to just have a beer, 3 beers, 6 beers, and then got Taco Bell on the way home.
Yeah, I mean, that was fine. That's
hell
pretty
of a
typical.
birthday.
It was a good one.
Yep. Thank you all for tuning in. This is the Positivity Report. If you never watched before, we're here every single weekday, 9 a.m. Pacific. This is the Good People Association. If you want to join the Bucket Club, go to the GPA.fun. You can support the show with super chats right here on YouTube, or you can go to streamlabs.com/goodpeoplegpa. We have a huge Friday here. Not only is Justine Marino here, Mark Ellis is on his way, and he has no idea that Justine is here. So this is a surprise, because the three of us used to host the most underrated podcast of all time.
The most, I mean, I think of it as a cult classic.
I agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
The 5 people who listen love it.
Yep. It was so good that we had our own catchphrase, 1 hour of hardcore fluff.
Yes, and that's what it was. I don't think we planned anything ever.
Except for D's Nuts jokes, which we also didn't
plan.
We talked mostly about cookie butter. We had a very offensive song at the end of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
A very offensive song.
Yankin'.
It was called Yankin' by Lady.
Lady. She was not a lady,
She
though.
was very little. She was not a debutante, if you will.
No,
Just
she was not.
So if you guys look up Yankin' by Lady, you'll know exactly what we're talking about, because it is, woo! And that one made me blush.
Yes.
And, yeah.
I mean, this was pre-Cardi B. She was kind of groundbreaking.
She really was.
I mean, now we have WAP, and back then we had Yankin'.
Yeah.
So she yanked so Cardi could WAP.
Please tell me you're going to use that joke on stage.
I guess I just ripped it.
That is unbelievable.
Thank
Mark
you, guys.
Riley giving you a round of applause.
Thank you.
GPACharity is our technical engineer. We call him the Hawaiian hunk, the Prince of the Islands, Aloha Friday. There's Blair, if you guys can't tell. Blair's head is up. Blair is Justine's dog, and it's one of my favorite dogs, if not my favorite dog on the planet.
Thank you.
I won't tell Natasha that to her face, but Blair, see, I grew up with Shih Tzus, so and this dog is, I mean, this just like Autumn was. She's so sweet. She's the sweet. She came sprinting in as soon as I got her in my arms. She kind of just like snuggled right up to me. Shih Tzus know. Because, I've been in cars before. I've seen Shih Tzus on the street, and I've stopped my car to get out to pet them.
Oh, they're the best. They're just the best. And Josh, was holding Blair, and I was like, he was doing things around the studio, and I was like, do you want me to take her? And he looked at me like, I will kill you. I will murder you if you take this dog from me.
I'm just waiting to the day, Justine, when Rosie comes and she's like, Dad, I want a puppy. I was like, well, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's do this. Because Amanda and I have really been waiting for that moment.
Right.
I want to get a puppy. I was like, all right, well, when you're old enough to take care of her, and then obviously, she's going to not take care of her, and I will take care of her, and that's totally fine.
Right, totally.
And then, our family will have a dog, and it'll be like Marley and me. Without the setting.
Except without the setting.
I will just...
Yeah, exactly.
Before I let the dog die.
That's how I feel. I'm like, she's never gonna go. She's the dog that lasts forever.
No, yeah,
correct. I mean, look at her. She's 6 and she sprints around like a psychotic puppy.
I know, just so cute. We have a huge Friday here. Mark Ellis is on his way in. We're gonna surprise him.
I'm so
If
excited.
you guys have never listened to Three's Too Much, we're gonna do a little bit of reminiscing when Mark is here.
I can't wait.
But what I was gonna say is GPACharity has never listened to Three's Too Much. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that those Three's Too Much episodes are somewhere.
I think they're somewhere. I've looked for them. I found snippets.
Okay.
Just casually grazing the internet. But yeah, it was on the Toad Hop Network, if that helps at all.
Back in the day. If you guys are looking up Toad Hop Network shows, maybe Three's Too Much is there. It really what it started out was Justine Marino was hosting a podcast with Ashley Hamilton.
Ashley Hamilton of Beethoven's Second fame.
Yes, huge movie.
Huge movie. Mm-hmm. He played the bad boy.
Oh,
yeah, who I think. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, got thrown out of a window at the end or like fell out. He fell out of a house into a lake.
Beethoven. Oh, got it.
Yes,
got it.
yes.
Okay.
Well, Beethoven, of course, saved the day.
Of course.
But I was doing a podcast with him, and then he just stopped showing up.
Yeah. Was done.
Was done. And so I was bringing in guest hosts, and one day I had you and Mark come, and I was just like, oh, we don't need to bring in any more guest hosts at all. So we changed the name to Three's Too Much because it sounded like an 80s, 90s sitcom.
Really did.
And that was our favorite thing.
Yep.
Also, we were all single at the time.
We all were single
so at the time. It was a lot of recounting some crazy nights.
Yeah, crazy. That's probably why it's been taken off the internet. Well, that, and I think that lady song, I don't know if we obviously didn't have the rights to use it, so who knows, but I'm guessing that some people were just like, hey, could you guys stop ending the episode with like the most offensive song ever? We're like, whoa. Take it easy.
Yeah, I know. They're like, the name suggests it's family friendly, but then you have this like incredibly offensive song at the end.
All the graphics were family friendly. They were like loud colors, all of that, and we were not family friendly.
No, we weren't. It was the anti-family friendly sitcom.
And this was at the same time that like Schmoes was sort of blowing up, like they were first starting. And so there was a ton of Schmoes Knows fans that would come on for like 10 minutes and be like, I don't think this is the podcast.
Yeah, they'd be so confused.
Yeah, we would get like the random call in from, whoever. And what's going on? What do you got?
Why do you always call me out?
Oh, even Blair's like, what are you doing?
Hello?
Blair looks great on camera, by the way.
She really does.
She didn't even have time for hair and makeup. She lost one of her bows, but I was like, girl, mom needs a little more time. I'm a little older than you.
You know what what always got me shits is the same thing is when they put the bow with the rubber band in the ear after they go to the groomer.
Right.
It just basically stays in the ear until the next groomer's appointment because it gets such a bad knot.
Oh, exactly. And I don't know what this woman does, but I drive from WeHo, 3 miles to Larchmont to get these bows because they stay in so well. This was an odd set where one fell out. Doesn't usually happen. It's usually they knot up and then just get clipped out at the next one.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is this place, does it have a pun for a name? Because I believe my pediatrician office is right across the street. It's like a dog place on Larchmont, and it's called like, it's got a pun for a name.
It's not the pun one. Okay. It's in a strip mall. Okay. I mean, not to brag, Blair is doing very well. But it's called Melrose Pet Grooming. They do a great job.
Damn. Okay. What's the pun one?
What is the pun one?
God, it's like
wags and whistles or
damn it. It's really good. Like I see it from across the pediatrician. I was like, I wish the pediatrician's office had a pun.
Can we just talk about how it's so crazy you have a pediatrician's office now? I mean, you guys, when we were doing Three's Too Much, Josh was like he was the single. He was like, no, marriage isn't for me. And I remember Christian Harloff came in and he was like, Josh is going to be the first one to go. He was going to be the first one.
We knew it wasn't going to be Numbnuts Ellis.
No, it wasn't going to be Ellis.
Because Ellis, he was living inside of a cereal box.
Yes, we had to teach him how to wear a leather jacket that was age appropriate. I remember we did a makeup. You were like, I'm going to bring him one of my leathers.
Yes.
You gave him,
I gave him a leather coat. Because I gave him a tuxedo on point, he lost it, or it was just like in the corner of his closet. We are really crushing Ellis without any defense.
Love him.
Yeah. And then, he was. I mean, at one point, I think that leather jacket was meant for like a very obese man.
Yes. The one he was wearing?
Correct.
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't know if it was like from high school. I know Ellis and I always joke that both of us used to be a little heavier. Speaking of heavier, here's Blair.
Hey, girl.
She's so cutie.
You are. Do you just want to lay on the table?
Yeah, why not? She's like, what's going on up here?
Wait, I thought I was in your lap.
She honestly, shake it out, shake it out. She and I coordinated. I'm wearing leopard pants. You can't see, but she has a leopard bow on her dress, you guys. She really wanted to dress up.
I knew it.
Oh, there we
Perfect.
go.
I knew it
That's the
because Shih
good
Tzus
spot.
love to lay down.
Oh, they
wherever
do.
go.
They love to lay.
They really do.
But yeah, I don't know what happened to Ellis's oversized jacket. I mean, now I'll take it. Oversized is so in right now.
Is that the new thing?
It's the new thing.
See, I feel like you're always so hip.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So you're always saying the kid lingo.
Oh,
You're always like really do like you
That's
just
me.
said. You said like hot goss.
Oh, the hot goss.
I thought that was Ryan Gosling thing, but that's more gossip, I guess.
Gossip. I
Yeah.
got the hot goss too, though. I used to work at Pinkberry when he would frequent.
I forgot you worked at Pinkberry.
He ordered a green tea
Ooh.
yogurt with mochi, blackberries, and raspberries. I'll never forget.
Yeah. Did you like hand him a spoon and then take it back so you could keep that spoon?
Well, I didn't know it was him. This is kind of a funny story. So I'm working there. It's my first day, and the
Yeah.
girls are like, Ryan Gosling comes in sometimes. And this was like, this was like 2009. It was height of Pinkberry craze.
Which leads into the Notebook story.
Of course. Oh,
And-
of course.
And when Pinkberry came on the scene, I went to the Pinkberry for the first time. I was like, you only have 2 flavors?
Yeah. It's confusing.
And it's $70 for a scoop.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
and
go
and
ahead.
it go by weight. It's
Yeah.
so confusing. So but little did I know there was also a lookalike Ryan Gosling. So my first day,
Brian Gosling?
Brian Gosling. So the first day, Brian Gosling is there, 2 people ahead of real Ryan Gosling. So I think Brian Gosling is Ryan Gosling. So I'm all nervous around this dude who is not Ryan Gosling, and the girls are like, Ryan's here. And I was like, I know. And then that guy leaves, it clears out, and Ryan Gosling is there. And I'm like, who's this hot dude? Like, he's way hotter in person. Like, I was not prepared. I was
Yeah.
like, who is this amazing looking person?
He's a computer engineered
Yeah,
human.
yeah, exactly. And so I give him I made a joke. He laughed, and I was like, "Oh, can I get it? Is this guy gonna? I mean, what's gonna happen?"
Am I going to be yanking?
I know I might be yanking. And then the girls were like, "Oh my God, you made Ryan Gosling laugh," and I was like, "What?" And they were like, "That was Ryan Gosling." I was like, "What about the other dude?" They were like, "We forgot to tell you, there's also a lookalike." And in my mind, I'm like, well, he dated Sandra Bullock, so maybe he'll come back and
yeah.
maybe he felt a connection.
You are like the hip Bullock.
I like to think of myself as the millennial Bullock.
That's awesome. I'll
Thank
take that.
you.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Yeah. Even Blair agrees. People in chat are loving it. Like, oh my heart, what a little sweetie. Yep. I mean, she is the best. Look
Yeah,
at Blair.
She's so good.
Come on.
She's running this show.
Look at it. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Get-
Is it surprise time?
Yeah. Oh my
Should I
God.
hide?
Yeah. Like hide. Yeah. Cover your eyes.
Should I?
Cover your eyes. Cover your eyes. Come on, go straight. Uh-oh. In 3, 2, 1. Look who's here. It's just here.
Hi! Blair, she will dive off of this table,
She
by the
will
way.
go
She's
get it.
fearless.
Hi, Mr. Mark. Hi. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
Marky.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh.
Oh, do you have oh my God. She's like reaching for you.
Well, it's been a fun reunion.
Yeah, really good. Great stuff.
All
I'm
right.
a little gross. I'm a little
Oh,
gross.
it's fine.
Still got time.
We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and then we're gonna put Mark at the main desk here for a little Three's Too Much reunion. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes. Enjoy this merch commercial that GPACharity so amazingly edited.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Captain Learning Channel, now sponsored by the Good People Association. I'm General Knowledge, and I love shopping. I was recently called an influencer, and now the people at the Good People Association have stuff they want me to tell you to buy. The last time I bought something, though, it was a Ronco electric food dehydrator, and I never made real jerky. Sorry, Mom, I know it got caught in the dishwasher. The Good People Association doesn't sell jerky, though, however. They sell shirts, hats, beanies, hats, pins, and shirts, and soon guitar picks, stickers, and my mom's doily collection. The shirts and hats, I've been told, can cover your body if it's naked, which is good. I once saw a naked body once in a movie in a theater, and I told the manager after. His name was Dave. Dave is now my friend. How much is everything at the Good People Astro Appropriation? It ranges in price, just like thoughts on Thanos. Personally, I was confused by the purple snapping man. Why did he do that? Just so he could live in a hut on a mushroom planet without merch from the Good People Association? Also, Doctor Strange is also Sherlock Holmes, and so is Iron Man, and nobody ever talks about that. Poor Watson. All he ever wanted to do was be a computer. Shirts and beanies are on sale at the merch store for a wonderful cost of $24.99. Don't get that price mixed up with the upcoming non-stop thriller film of the same name, $24.99, starring Kiefer Sutherland as an elderly Jack Bauer. Jack Bauer sees himself this time a year shy away from celebrating his centennial. In the film, he must travel back in time to save his younger self from being turned into a vampire by his evil twin brother, Mac Bauer. $24.99 has the tagline, "Time is ticking." Just like that time is ticking to get these limited edition merch items that will be sold out and gone forever. Thank you for listening to Captain Learning, your home for all merch orders and sales here at the Good People Association, especially shirts and beanies and hats.
When Ryan Gosling came into Pinkberry and I waited on him.
Okay, let's just zoom that camera out just a touch, just a little bit. That's all.
I don't remember Gosling, the Gosling Pinkberry story.
I don't.
Oh.
This was a first timer, Mark.
Oh,
Apparently,
man.
this was never brought up on Three's Too Much.
Well,
There you go, that's perfect.
Was it pre or post?
It was actually
our
pre.
Notebook viewing.
It was pre. It was like
Pre-Notebook.
2007.
Wow,
Probably.
okay.
I don't know how I
Unbelievable.
didn't bring this up.
Yeah.
Well, then I kept seeing him around Studio City, and I was like, oh, he's going to remember me and jump out of his car. He's going to remember the hilarious joke I told him that made him laugh.
Well, we just
Hey,
confirmed.
if you get a laugh out of Gosling,
Yeah.
that's good. He's usually
huge.
he looks like a stone face kind
Tough
of guy.
Oh, yeah. He chuckled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make me laugh, frozen yogurt lady.
It was one of those Gosling chuckles. It's kind of like,
Yeah, it was like, oh, damn, she got me.
yeah, you got me good.
One of those chuckles he had to practice 3 hours in the mirror to make it look like he's human.
Millennial Bullock over here is what we.
That's what millennial Sandra Bullock.
It's hot. Yep. As her friends call her, Millennial Sandy.
Millennial
Yeah.
Sandy, that's me.
Because our buddy Adam Ray was in The Heat, and he said something like, "Yeah, it was Sandy was there too," and I was like, "All right, Adam,
Okay, we get it.
Hey,
We get
take
it.
it easy, take it easy."
Do you think when you meet her, she says, "Oh, just call me Sandy," like right off the bat, or do you think the Sandy has to be earned? Just not just anybody that's working with her can call her Sandy. You got to have like a couple scenes.
Well, this isn't like an Ellen situation where you can only look at the
Yeah.
floor and you have to wear like a helmet at work.
I feel a helmet.
Yeah, because she's always throwing her Emmys at her staff.
You got to wear a helmet. You can't look him in the eye.
Can't
It's
look
a
in the
little bit
eye.
like Ken Knapsack around these parts.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
Correct.
I feel like Sandy is she has such a great. I just put myself on that level.
Yeah, wow.
I feel
This
like
is Three's Too Much, guys. You're welcome.
It's
and weigh
okay,
in and
Sandy. I
dance.
know Adam Ray.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
I feel like she has such a great sense of humor, and she just doesn't take herself seriously. She showed up at the Razzies to accept her award the same year she won an Oscar. This is a woman
Yeah.
who will let you call her Sandy right away.
I agree. I think I'm Teen Justine on this one. Is Sandy Bullock is the kind of person that like you do a movie together and then she comes to your Christmas. Just like, hey, I got you guys a fruitcake. Can I hang out? She meets your
Totally,
parents. Like
totally.
that's
I bet
America's
she
sweetheart
also,
right there.
but anybody that shows up to that many events and just like has so much fun and celebrates everything, good or bad, great at Irish goodbying is my
Right.
guess.
Yes,
I think she
totally.
shows up and makes everybody happy, and then she's like, boom, I'm out.
Going to the bathroom.
She's kind of like a fairy godmother, I feel. Like she
Yes.
just blesses the people with her essence and her, tremendous IMDb page credits. And
Yeah.
then she gets out. She's like, you had someone from Speed here. And I won't stay long enough
And-
to talk about Speed 2.
I was gonna say, and Speed 2, the underrated sequel of Speed.
I'm going to give you 3 godmothers to cast, Josh. Here's mine.
Okay.
Justine,
Yes.
Sandy, Blair,
Okay.
and then I just inadvertently made Molly the Wonder Dog the cruel stepmother.
Yeah, that sounds about right. She's got that like
She's
look
got
on her
that
face.
side eye.
She does.
Yeah.
She has so much puppy energy and she's so happy, but then as soon as you take out the phone to take a picture,
Yeah.
she's like, what do you do?
No.
What is? I don't
Don't
trust
you-
this.
Turns into Clint Eastwood very quickly.
Get out, you got a camera in my face. Rosie's the same way. She like giggles and talks, and then I bring out the phone, and Amanda's like, she doesn't watch, and then Amanda brings out the phone. She's like, ooh, ah. But me and the phone, I don't get it.
She's like, Dad, get out of here.
Get out of here. And she hates, because I've got the beard. Obviously, Amanda doesn't have a beard. It'd be a weird situation. But
Thanks
Amanda,
for
like,
the obvious.
yeah.
She's not Italian, clearly.
Clearly, because my baby's Italian, and guess what, Justine? That baby come out hairy.
Oh, I was that baby.
Oh,
Full
yeah.
head of hair.
She came out, and Amanda was like, ugh. it's an Italian one.
Oh yeah,
Well,
there we are.
As we know from our experience on Three's Too Much, Justine is half Ewok.
Yes.
Because of,
Very true.
because of Len and the extensive chest waxing that Len goes through once a week.
Probably once a week, I would say. It grows back the rate at which it grows back. I luckily have, since doing Three's Too Much, have lasered most of my body.
Wow.
So the grow back rate is much more manageable these days. Yeah.
Well, speaking of waxing, tonight we have a huge. Seriously, we have a Streamapalooza tonight.
Is tonight the waxing?
It's the waxing. So at 4 p.m. we go live here on the channel from 4 till about midnight. We're going to be raising money for the Battle Buddy Foundation. I bought the waxing strips because I made a few weeks ago, months
Justine,
ago.
we should stay.
Yeah.
We should pull an all-dayer.
I'm
All-dayer.
in.
Yeah.
You got listen. Starts at 4. You guys can come in anytime tonight between 4 and 8 p.m. Or 4 and midnight. I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll just stay here. I'm just
starting
gonna
at
take a
8.
nap.
Starting at
Camping
8 p.m. Ikaika Shively shaved his head into a mohawk for charity
Ken
months ago.
looking into the future of his presidential campaign.
Yeah, totally.
Ken with that nice, that little hanky in
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
yeah.
Vote Knapsack 2024.
Yes.
And his running mate, Douche Macuga, all stars, no shirt.
Ken Knapsack looks towards the future, while Josh Macuga, the VP, king of the 80s.
King of the 80s.
I do screenings on the White House front lawn of 16 Candles, Goonies.
It's the only thing you do.
That's it. It's like, what is Vice President Macuga doing? Another screening for his buddies on the front lawn?
I mean,
shut it, Ken.
Honestly, I would vote. That's the kind of president I
ticket.
want.
Yeah, it's the ticket.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nancy Reagan took on drugs. Michelle Obama took on social justice. Josh Macuga is showing Back to the Future again.
Yeah, he is.
2 and 3 if you want to stick around for the triple feature.
Oh, I do.
That's it. I love 3. We love 3 at these parts.
I love 3. I also love 2. I think people, you
2
know,
underrated.
Underrated.
Everybody talks about the hoverboards. They don't talk about the plot line, especially at Biff's.
Oh, yeah.
It's a solid plot.
Justine and I
Solid.
introduce you like, and now the vice president's nuts.
Yes.
Blair
so
is not moved by
She's
these
like,
nuts.
that's-
Justine, here's what's going to happen:
Yes.
is they're going to wax my back.
Oh my
He's going to
God.
wax my back.
Let's see
okay?
that back.
He's going to
Can we
wax
see
it?
Ikaika's
Oh, yeah,
gonna
let's
wax
see it.
Yeah.
How, on a scale of
Let's see what we're
baby
working with.
to Robin Williams, let's see.
I'm like, like they just like trimmed the hedges, but they left a bunch on.
Okay, let's check it out. Whoa.
Okay. All right.
know-
Does that level go
And
all the
then-
way up to the shoulders? That level of moss?
No, because I like keep my neck. I could let it go, and it would go for
Yeah.
the shoulder.
Right.
But I like to trim the neck and whatever. And then we're gonna take a vote during the show tonight that we're gonna have 2 designs being able to be waxed into the chest. So either
Oh, boy.
eyeglasses and a straight face, or angry eyebrows with a smiley.
Oh, my vote is angry eyebrows,
I
I,
like
feel.
angry
I want
eyebrows,
like
yeah.
some emotion
Yeah.
in that chest piece.
Yeah, and I want to go low with it too.
Yes.
I want I want the smile down by the belly. But now, Justine, you have some experience in the waxing department.
I do. It's been years because I'm a person, so I laser now. But yes,
Let's talk pain.
it's not fun. Now, here's the thing. As someone who
We're raising money.
we're
okay?
raising money, but let me just prepare you because I've had a lot of stuff waxed. I started waxing my eyebrows in 8th grade.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
how long.
every 8th grade boy's like, what does stuff mean? I don't know what stuff is.
Well, what's crazy is I also before my freshman homecoming, I had my back waxed and it didn't turn out well. I had a reaction and there were a bunch of bumps that came. So instead of hair, there were bumps.
Wow, how did Inkenbauer take it?
Oh, what about
was-
Ritter?
This was pre-Ritter, pre-Ingenbauer.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was, I don't even know the name of my date. It was just like my mom's friend's son or
Yeah.
something. Like it was right at post braces, Justine. It wasn't my finest. It wasn't millennial Sandy,
No,
you know?
millennial Sandy is that's
She can
she
get it.
can get it.
So that was very painful.
Yeah, okay.
Brazilian, obviously very
Not doing
painful.
that.
Yeah.
Not doing that. It's-
But the back, it's you
well,
know.
I'm guessing. I mean, like we wax it. Then I think they have like calming strips that come in that thing, so we can do some of those. I just like throw some lotion on it. I know that there's going to be a breakout. It is what it is. I mean,
yeah, you're ripping hair out of your body.
Yes.
I'm just
Correct.
wondering because there's 2 philosophies here with what Josh is doing tonight, and again, it's for charity and or his emergency room bill. So, the one philosophy which I think you're employing is, hey, let's do the back first because that's going to act sort of like as a warm up
Yes.
to what I'm going to be feeling on the chest because the chest is probably the most sensitive part. But
Yeah.
the other thing is that the backfire The negative,
No pun
the
intended.
devil's advocate, is what if we do the back and it hurts so bad that
Right.
it just actually makes it could make the chest even worse.
Oh, see, I am blessed in that I'm not so Italian that I've ever had to wax my chest. Thankfully,
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
That's like the one place.
Well, you're still young.
I am still young. I mean, it could happen at any time. You guys haven't seen Lenny.
Yeah. I mean, I told my dad, he was like, "Ooh, that's not gonna be good."
I met Len. I shook Len's hand
Oh, yeah, you
in,
did.
I have
in
yet to
Denver,
meet
but in
Len.
order to shake his hand, I shook his hand with my right hand. In my left hand, I had a machete. And I had to just kind of slice through a lot of the weeds that were approaching my face.
But to be fair, you can't have hair that good on your head without
I
a little
know.
give somewhere else.
That's very true. That's very true.
That man's-
Alopecia doesn't just work in one place.
No. He's got a full head, and the man is 66, and he's got a full head of great hair, salt and pepper, not even full gray.
The Macuga family is very jealous of Len's hair. It's like it's Mark Riley's hair. Every Macuga man, my brother excluded somehow. Like Ben, I mean, his hair is thinning a little. He's got some power alleys, but not anything like old Mop Top up here.
Power alley.
You know, the power alleys are right here. They get you.
Oh,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It's like when they're expanding the freeway.
Yeah,
You know?
oh, exactly.
We're just gonna make the 405
Well,
6 lanes.
Yeah, totally.
It's that area on the way down to Disney on the 5 when they just have a whole nother highway that is completely empty for some
Sure,
odd
sure.
reason, and there's
Yeah.
just always one car over there. Like, what? We got a super chat in here from Michael T. He says, "Gotta love how excited dogs get to see their friends." Like Mark, any tour dates coming up near Cleveland?
We should do Cleveland. Yeah, the Tour de Ohio.
Guess who would come to the show in Cleveland?
The
The head coach of the Cleveland Browns. If he was in town, he would come.
Stefanski would.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Well, because the last time I did Cleveland, I got hooked up with Browns tickets, which doesn't sound like much, but it was like the head of Cleveland PR for both the baseball team and the football team. Like was at the show and he's like, hey, want to go to the game? I'm like, yeah. because the Washington football team, I can't say any of these goddamn names anymore. The Cleveland baseball team, the Washington football team. He gave me tickets because the Skins were in town, and so I went and it was great. But yeah, we should definitely do that. By the way, I'm glad that super chat came in because Justine, usually when I come in here on Friday, I try to be positive. I try to bring a rapport, if you will. But sometimes I just have to drudge up the fact that these boys, with their successful new endeavor, don't always text me back.
Oh.
Don't always text
wait,
me
what?
back.
Oh, what?
I texted Josh Macuga. I said, hey, Josh,
Oh.
4th of July, Pittsburgh, improv. You in?
When did what?
Heard back.
Oh.
That's not
Never
right.
Heard
yikes.
back.
That doesn't sound right.
Got
Wow,
a line on doing a show
That's-
this 4th of July.
Oh,
in
and that's a
Pittsburgh.
good improv, too.
It's a great
That was my
improv.
first road gig ever.
Deb
Really?
Macuga brought you smiley
She
cookies.
brought me
my
smiley
mom.
cookies.
I think he's the only one on the desk right now who hasn't been brought smiley cookies.
Full fatty.
Yeah.
And he's got dad bod already. Let's ease up on the smiley cookie.
Did you see the text?
Mark, was it individual or was it to Ken?
It was
Or is-
individual. I'm not sending that to Ken.
Well,
It's an
you know I can't
exclusive.
do
I
mean, Ken's
anything.
invited.
You know I can't
As
do
is Justine.
anything
Thank
Blair,
you.
so.
Thank you.
on the actual 4th of July.
It's not on the actual 4th, Josh.
You know his family. It's like a religion of 4th
Monday
of July.
6:30. I drank too much on the golf course and I was sleeping and I missed that one. And then I got yelled at
Monday.
by my wife.
Wait. Monday 6:30 p.m.
Yes.
You're Monday 6:30 p.m. That seems like a time
Yeah.
where you should not be asleep.
It seems like a time to do some business texts. I will agree.
Crazy. Yes. Well, yeah.
Okay.
All the Macuga, like literally
We'll work on it.
160,000 Macugas will be in town.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm. So, Justine, I don't know if you've done these these daytime shows, these matinee shows, but I feel like with drinking McGregor,
I know.
I think what we do is like July 3rd,
Yeah.
we do like a matinee show at the Improv.
Ooh.
We just, maybe see if Crawford wants to.
Oh, yeah.
Justine's in town.
I'm in
Whoever's in town pops up
I'm
in the
there.
Improv.
Millennial Bullock in town.
In town.
You have to do a
Sandy
set
B.
as Millennial Sandra Bullock.
Yep.
You'd be like, guys, the internet, remember me in that movie?
The Net. Such a good movie.
It's a great one.
That was the first movie that
great.
tipped us off to be like, wait a minute.
Wait.
You
Oh,
can
yeah.
order pizza with your computer?
Oh, it was so good. Mitch and I rewatched that
Yeah.
recently.
Very,
so great.
Very
Yeah.
underrated.
Dennis Miller, really good in it.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, you forget that her first movie wasn't Speed.
It wasn't. It was
Speed
the
came out first,
rom-com.
though.
It was the rom-com where she's ugly.
The waiting up all night.
No.
For Bill Pullman.
No, the 9. No.
Love potion number
While you were
9.
sleeping?
Love potion number 9. Thank you. No,
Yes.
that was blasphemous. It's called While You Were Sleeping.
While you were sleeping, I
Excuse
apologize.
me.
What did I call it?
While you were up all night.
While you were up all night. It's literally the opposite. Instead of staying awake, you're asleep.
No, it was Love Potion number 9, right?
Yeah.
And she was. They were like, they put her hair in they did the classic make a hot girl ugly thing, put her in glasses and a ponytail.
Cover your ears, Blair. We're not talking about you.
Not
okay?
you, babe.
Schmodown question: who was her co-star who ended up falling for her in Love Potion number 9?
Oh, he dated Jennifer Aniston. He was on Friends as a guest. Oh, what's his name?
She's right.
Tate Donovan.
Tate Donovan. Yes.
Damn it!
You have to let her get.
Mark.
Thank you.
We
I needed
know
that.
you know the answer.
You have hair.
I wasn't gonna.
Leave
get
it to the guys that don't have hair.
You're a movie trivia legend.
It's not fair. This is like us. It's like the Cleveland baseball team playing against.
The Washington football.
Correct.
You guys, by the way, I've gotten so into baseball.
Really?
Yes, I'm obsessed with baseball
Why?
these days.
Because the dudes are hot.
Yes.
The dudes are pretty hot.
Watching
Listen,
them on
we hosted a podcast for 3 years. I know why Justine likes sports. Dudes are hot. You should start watching hockey. The dudes are hot in that too.
watching it on TV. I like to go to a Dodgers game, but
Uh-huh.
watching on TV, I was like, Corey Seager can get it. Cody Bellinger can get it.
Her during the World Series was just Justine was the only Twitter that I didn't have on mute the entire World Series because all it was like she was going into like the third base coach, Oh, the home plate umpire can get it. I like to ask, like, wow, she really is leaning
He's
into this.
fat and 60. He can get it.
But I love the body positivity of
Yes.
baseball. It's like there's some thick kings out there.
Totally.
Just
Yeah.
running around.
Thick kings.
Is that Pat Sajak in the third row? He can get it. I'm gonna start watching WNBA games and do that.
Just-
and see how
yeah.
that flies.
It'll be the same.
the point guard for the LA Sparks can get it.
Get it.
Sparks been canceled.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep tagging Justine. In
Justine.
Justine said it was okay.
Justine said.
I will say, I don't think since like Three's Too Much days that I have consistently gone to Chipotle at all.
Me neither. I feel like we kind of.
Did we max
So
it?
we did our company meetings.
Yeah, we maxed it. We did at the one right by Josh's old place in
Yeah.
WeHo.
Where?
Were y'all with me the night that we ran into Topher Grace?
Topher Grace?
Oh yes, we were.
We were.
Yeah.
And it
Like-
was
And we had the
Excuse
same
us.
exact order.
yes.
Yep.
And I on his way out, didn't want to bother him when he's ordering. He's leaving, and I just follow him out, and I'm like, hey, people say we look alike, and he had a good sense of humor. He was like, oh, I'm sorry about that. We took a picture with our Chipotle bags. He looked thrilled in the picture.
Thrilled.
Just as thrilled as George Lucas did on the red carpet.
Yeah. Michael Kautzer in chat says, what about F1? Justine, have you watched F1 Drive to Survive on Netflix?
No, what is that?
Well, it's an amazing docuseries about Formula One drivers, and Amanda is obsessed with it because all the dudes are hot.
Oh, I gotta check it out. Oh,
Yeah.
I've heard of it now that I'm thinking
They're all
about
hot, rich, and live in Monaco.
it. Oh yes, that's my kind of guy.
Yeah.
What does it do? Justine may not have a lot of perspective on this, but I feel like it's a fair question to ask because I would be so nervous if I was the wife or the girlfriend of an F1 driver because these things go at 200 miles an hour.
Oh,
and they're going
yeah.
around turns and the cars explode all the time and they're literally built to break apart because somehow that's safer. How do you feel as the significant other and your boy is out there driving around, could die at any minute? Is
Yeah.
that's in a way that's really exciting, right?
Well, yes, exciting. It's thrilling. It's terrifying. Len actually got really into race car driving. It was a little bit of a midlife crisis. But
Little.
yeah, Len takes turns.
Leonard Skinner did that?
Leonard Skinner. No, Lenny Marino. The one and only. That's why he has to wax so much. So because the hair keeps him back.
Aerodynamic.
Aerodynamics in the car.
So I have a little bit of experience.
Was he drifting?
No, he was like I don't even know.
He
was-
rubbed you, and Rubbin's racing.
And Robin is racing.
Exactly.
Wait, was it like NASCARs?
No.
Open
It
wheels?
was like
Well, you
A
can go to like
Mustang?
track. You can go to tracks.
SCCA. It was like classic car kind of stuff. I don't know.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Lenny loves cars.
Man.
SCCA Corporation is
CCA.
Yeah.
SCCA.
Precision for health. That's
Yeah,
where
let's
you
see
go.
what that is. But
Oh, this is like the stuff out by my in-laws, like the Laguna Seca. I get that. Okay,
it's like
okay.
kind of bougie.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
super bougie. Like they race Porsches and stuff. Yeah, totally.
He did the
totally,
bougie
totally.
racing. So I
Yeah.
have a little bit of experience of a loved one needed, but I get that, if the track is calling you, there's nothing going to stand in your way.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
you better just get out of the
gotta
way.
get it.
It's going to crash out there or crash into you.
My father-in-law has a Miata, and I was like, "You ever race the Miata?"
My
He was
dad
like,
had
thought about it.
My dad had 2 Miatas. One of them was a bright yellow Miata
Yeah.
he raced.
It's a Steeler one. Yeah.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
Sexy
Not a
Miata.
lot
Hot
of drag in
Miatas.
those Miata.
Yeah.
Lauren Romo sends in a supercharge. Justine needs to watch soccer, aka football.
Oh.
There are a lot of he can get it players.
Oh,
LOL.
thank you.
Yeah.
I
It's a
love that we
Great point.
Yeah, I love that we've
Yeah.
like carved out this niche player of who can get it in
Yeah.
sports. Is it a can get it player?
I think you'd like the haircuts in soccer because they really take a
Hot
lot
guy.
of time.
They have like
on-
Mark Riley hair.
Yeah.
Well,
all of them.
Soccer, and I'm not. Here's the thing:
Yeah, they do.
they're very fit, and I mean, I'm familiar with Mr. David Beckham.
How about Cristiano Ronaldo? You ever seen this guy?
Yeah, they can get it.
Yeah.
What-
Ikaika Shively, he's been throwing out the paddle of destiny. I believe he's got some pictures of some F1 drivers.
Oh,
for you.
please show
Ooh,
me.
nice.
There you go.
I'll let you know if they can get
Have
it.
you seen?
Oh, wait, who is this?
That's Lewis Hamilton. He's like the
This
hottest
guy?
man on
Yeah.
the planet.
With
yeah.
the chest tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That he's an F1 driver.
Oh, he can get it for
How
sure.
do you get those abs in a car? If I'm in a car that many hours a day, I'm drinking Mountain Dew and I'm stopping at Jack in the Box. and
Right.
Yeah.
I don't believe Mr. Hamilton follows the same diet.
Well, I was told that they. Go ahead, just.
Is that him?
Yeah.
He's really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
he
to that
can get
middle
it.
one down there where he's like looking all sultry into the camera. Keep going down, down, down. Next row, right. Same row there.
Oh,
I mean, that's
oh
Lewis
and the
Hamilton.
nose ring.
yeah.
He's like funky and creative
And
too.
he has like all the records in F1. The guy wins everything. Now there he looks like Milli Vanilli.
Oh, but I'm still
But again,
kind of
Milli Vanilli could get it.
I'm stuck in the 90s kind
Yeah.
of. So
Somewhere in here, somebody said, "Who's the king of the '90s?" I forget who said it in chat. Who would you say the king of the '90s was? Because I think it's relatively.
who do you think?
It's either Hootie or one of the Blowfish.
I think it's if we're talking like actors or actresses.
Will Smith
Yeah,
It's-
Will Smith is probably king of the
or
'90s.
Jim
Well,
Carrey.
Or Jim Carrey.
I mean, are we thinking people who are still working today or people who were
Just
like
crushed it in the '90s.
Whoever crushed it in the 90s.
the older brother from
guy.
I'd say like
who the
JT.
hell's that?
The Burger King Kids Club guy.
I'd
is
say
pretty good.
JTT Devon Sawa is who I think
Oh,
of. Also,
That's good.
I mean,
The Hanson brothers.
Joey
Hanson
Lawrence.
Bump.
Joey Lawrence.
Whoa.
I think Joey Lawrence. I mean, he was the first kind of like heartthrob that of the '90s we had with that hair.
Yeah.
Was
you
Will
can't-
Smith a heartthrob though? Kinda?
I think he was a heartthrob for sure, but he was also just more goofy. I don't know. There was just something where, yeah. I
he
mean,
didn't become
Will,
a heartthrob until Independence Day, probably.
Well, Will, I don't think of him as the king of the '90s because
There's Joey.
I think of Will on another level because he's been able to have this long career.
You don't want to limit him to one decade.
Yeah, I would say he's just a king in general.
That's
of-
fair. That's
yeah.
fair. I bristle when people say like Van Halen's a great '80s band. And I'm like, what? Excuse me. Poison is a great '80s band.
Correct. That's a
Okay,
hair
so
matter,
so using that logic, then I think Joey Lawrence is competitive.
Yeah.
Sawa's in there.
Sawa's not as big as Lawrence. I
What
would
about
say.
the older
JTT.
brother from the brother show? You know, the one Topanga.
Oh,
Boy Meets World.
Boy
Boy
Meets
Meets
World.
World.
Ben Savage.
No,
No, the
No,
older brother, Sean. No, Sean was the friend.
Sean was Ryder Strong.
Ryder Strong.
You're talking about he dated Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yes, from the movie Trojan Wars. Which is an amazing
So
movie.
good.
Very underrated.
Okay, I
movie.
have to say Jennifer Love Hewitt is inarguably
Ooh.
the queen of the 90s. I
Yes,
think.
100%.
Right? Like she was just that girl. Oh,
Jose Ulloa comes in with a hot one. Luke Perry.
Luke Perry. Yes.
Luke Perry's
okay.
good.
Okay.
I would say Tiffany Amber Thiessen's competitive with anyone as far as Queen of the '90s.
I don't think anyone can touch J.L. Hewitt. I'm just gonna say.
Okay.
it.
I will be
Okay.
honest with you. I might say Kelly Kapowski can touch Jennifer Love.
I don't think. Look,
But, if you watched Can't Hardly Wait and didn't fall in love with Amanda Beckett, there was something
exactly.
wrong with
But
you.
also, she was Party of Five. She was Kids
fair.
Incorporated, late
Yeah.
80s, early 90s.
Sure.
She was. I mean, Kelly Kapowski is a queen, of
Mm.
course.
She can get it.
But I just think Jennifer.
Will
she can
Friedle
get
is
it.
the brother's name.
Will
for-
Friedle, yes.
Will Friedle.
Oh wait, no, I have the answer. King of the '90s, King of my '90s, Cody from Step by Step,
Oh,
or
Cody.
Stephen Urkel.
Steve
Boom.
Urkel.
Julia
could-
White.
Yeah, Julia White.
Yeah, I mean, Urkel's
Stefan
great.
Urkel could get it.
Stefan could get
Yeah.
it.
Whoa.
I remember when I first saw Stefan, I was like, What?
America was
Yes.
like, what?
We collectively gasped.
We had no idea what was happening. I only wish that they put Reginald Bell Johnson's character in that machine too, because
Yeah.
I want to see what smooth
Yes.
Sergeant Al Powell looks like.
Totally.
Oh, coming in
Look
late
at-
with
look-
1990s, Freddie Prinze Jr.
I was gonna say
Whoa.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
FPJ, pretty solid.
He's
Somebody,
super solid.
the Queen, Mando fan says the Queen is obviously Pam Anderson. Pam Anderson, not a bad call.
That's solid.
because she was a huge deal.
I just think of like Kelly Kapowski. I just think of like magazine covers, and yes, she was very popular in a certain demographic with like those teeny bop.
Yeah.
But Jennifer Love Hewitt was in like other magazines, like Cosmopolitan, not
True.
just the teeny bop ones.
She
Well,
was
people are
more
throwing-
transcendent.
Yes.
People are sending in DiCaprio. DiCaprio's had a full career, like he was king, but he wasn't king until.
He's my king of everything forever.
Yeah.
But that's the reason I didn't put DiCaprio in that category.
Unfortunately, Kirk Cameron splits his time between the late 80s and the early 90s.
Yeah.
So he had a nice run, but you can't really give him king of a decade.
Totally.
That's same
Mike.
as Fred Savage a little bit.
Yeah.
Troy says these sound mostly like princes of the 90s. King is more like Clooney. Again, Clooney's entire life he's been the king since
Yes.
ER.
Yes,
Then you could
I
put
agree.
you could put Hasselhoff
Yeah.
as like I feel like Hasselhoff is just like the retired king.
Right.
He's like the Rodney Dangerfield in Hell in Little Nicky.
Yep.
Where he like retired from being the devil,
Right,
and
right,
so
right,
he
right,
handed
right,
it
right.
even before he passed away. So
If we're going with an older, more king kind of demographic, I mean, Bob Saget was pretty.
Tim Allen has been thrown in here as
John
well.
Stamos, you guys.
Stamos is good.
I mean,
Yeah, but Stamos would never
was
wear
ready.
the crown. Stamos would be like the cool prince on the edge of town.
That is very true.
hair.
Lauren Romo chimes in. Mark Paul Gosselaar over Mario Lopez? Question mark.
Ooh.
For me, yes.
I think.
I
All day.
think so.
All day.
Yeah, but I don't know. Mario Lopez has had maybe the better career after because Mark Paul Gosselaar kind of like he's like and he's done a couple shows here and there.
Are you
but
bashing Franklin?
No, whoa. You know I'm a big Franklin and Bash guy. Whoa, and hell of a dad joke. That was very
So
good.
good.
That
So
was our
good.
dad joke of the
That
day.
made Mark Riley look up from his dog picture.
Just throw up the graphic now because Mark Ellis just told the dad joke of the day. Just throw it up there because people want to see it.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
That was Rosie at like
That
maybe
is
a month.
so cute.
That joke of the day, I can clock out.
Boom.
I am done.
Um,
I got a half a mind to drink a Bud Light right now.
No more Coors?
They don't carry Coors here
Oh,
in the
okay.
studio.
Okay,
I gotta go
okay.
across the street for that.
All right.
You and I can go across the street and do some machining.
Yeah,
if
we
you want.
can, we can shotgun a few.
Are you machining
Guys.
these days? Because when we were doing Threes Too Much, Justine was famous for having drank Coors Light
At one
in
point.
her high school history and maybe rocking out to some Nickelback. But during Threes Too Much, that era, you were off the CLs.
Off the sauce.
Yeah.
I don't really drink, but I will do an edible like nobody's.
yeah.
I do edibles most nights.
I've had to cut myself
As
off.
do
from
I.
the edibles.
Really?
We are edible brother and sister, and
I love them.
I don't know about you, but I love the edibles because they get me to sleep, and that's why I don't do them socially. I'm not like, well, it's time to go out. Let's do an edible.
Right.
Time to do stand up.
I do
Let's do an edible.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you do it before you work?
No, never before stand up. I would not be coherent.
Yeah,
enough.
I might fall
Yeah, I know.
asleep.
Yeah.
But the other thing I realized is like I'll take an edible at like 8:30, 9 p.m. You know, trying to get to bed by 10:30. Whatever TV show I'm watching, I need to rewatch it. The next. It takes
Oh,
me
same.
3 times
Yeah.
to watch one episode of Mayor of Easttown.
Oh, Mitch, which by the way is incredible.
You
Are
like that?
I love it.
You like that show
Do you not? Oh,
from
oh,
Philadelphia?
oh my God! Yes.
You have a bureau, drink some water. I mean, oh my God, Kate Winslet, she comes in there.
This is
it's
a
like,
peppermint water.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Can you believe the priest is the one that threw the bike over the bridge? It's crazy. You don't even
That
know.
accent extends to parts of Ohio, I want to say.
No, well,
it leaks over into like
No.
you're
You're on the wrong.
Marion, Ohio.
You're on the wrong side of the state, there, Mark.
East Coast.
Pittsburgh's on the other side. Okay, like they talk that can bleed into parts of like Steubenville or Johnstown. Okay, but when you go over to the east side, it's like more Baltimore Oreos, South Jersey.
my
go
God.
to Shore. You know, have a couple Wawa hoagies, that kind of stuff.
I love it.
Does your accent come out? Because if I drink,
Talk about machining.
I start to get a little more. I start to get a little more southern.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
My drawl starts to come out just a little bit. It's not that I'm hiding it, but it happens more. Does
Sure.
your Pittsburgh accent come out more?
Yeah. Well,
Because I've never noticed it.
There's a 5 whiskey difference between Josh and Josh. Because like Josh is the host of the Positivity Bar. Josh is like, dudes, We gotta hang out downtown.
Dude,
okay?
you gotta wax my back.
Dudes, we gotta do shots, wax my back, crush a couple twisted teas. You know how it goes.
Oh,
hang out down there.
They're on the alcoholic teas.
You gotta drink the twisted teas.
Wait,
You don't have
the,
to.
Are the teas good?
Oh my God. You like iced tea?
I do.
Then you will
I'm
love
a
a twisted
person.
tea.
Okay.
Would
if
you like
I
to
may.
taste a twisted tea right now?
Sure.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. If she's gonna have a twisted tea, do we have a Bud Light in studio?
No, but we got like that Dutch beer.
I don't want a Dutch beer at 10
I
a.m.
love that we're having a twisted tea. It's not even 10.
Bring me the lightest beer in the castle right now.
Here is my king and queen of the 90s in one movie.
Okay.
Dragon's Milk White or
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Whatever the lighter one is, whatever the one that tastes more like a lager is, and Salma Hayek and Antonio Banderas.
Oh.
Tough
to beat, for sure.
Yeah. But you could also say like a Jean-Claude Van Damme had a nice run in the early 90s.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of like we're going from the world of TV to like the world of movie stars.
Well, that's why I'm thinking like Jennifer Love Hewitt crossed and did both very well.
As did Will.
And Will did too.
But I forgot,
Will,
Will is
we
a
put
king,
him
a
out.
king
Oh,
for
no,
us.
Blair,
Sandy
too early
and,
for you.
Keanu.
This
Oh,
will work.
thank you.
Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I mean,
I love Keanu. I mean, can I just...
Nothing like a morning tea.
Cheers.
Cheers. Three's
Cheers.
too much
Cheers to three's
or
too
never
much.
enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
1 hour of hardcore fluff.
Ooh.
What if we
Told
all
you.
fall
That is
asleep in the next
nice.
5 minutes?
I
Like,
know.
oh, we had our morning tea, and now
Oh, my God.
I told
get a
you.
little
I came for
It's
the tea.
sweet.
Oh,
I don't know if it's vegan or not, but
I'm not like so vegan that I'm like, if it's processed using whatever, I'm not that.
Oh,
kind
okay.
of
I wish I'd known Justine was on the show today.
I'm not a regular vegan. I'm a cool vegan.
you miss Millennial Bullock over there going like, not that kind of.
So wait, are you crushing some fish? Do you do like the occasional poultry?
Yeah.
No, none of that. See, I got sick on when we were 3 weeks too much. I was off the red meat, and I mostly just did chicken and turkey. But then
Right.
I got sick off of some chicken.
Sickin'.
And so I got sickened, and then I went to this was actually part of the demise of Chipotle. I went to the Chipotle before an Ice House show, and I ordered a burrito bowl, and the chicken was, I'm not exaggerating, raw.
Not good chicken. Not
It
good
was
chicken at
fully
Chipotle.
raw, and I went
Yeah.
back and I was like, "Hey, this isn't cooked," and they were like, "Do you want another one?" I was like, "No."
Yeah, I want
I would
justice.
like to talk to the health
Yeah.
department. Yeah.
Because famously, Justine had her birthday party at a vegan restaurant.
We
one
talked
year.
about this a little
Oh,
bit.
did- oh,
I told
sorry,
them
yeah.
about how you
Yeah.
ate a Jersey Mike's sub in
It's
the
good.
parking lot.
Just
Right
smart.
underneath that weird waiter's eyebrow.
we,
Freeman. His name was Freeman.
Was that his name was Freeman?
His name was
And you
Freeman.
and I got gluten-free whatever
Beer.
beers that they
Beer.
had.
That's all I drank. I remember walking by the kitchen and Freeman was like, "Don't touch anything over there." And I was like, "Thanks,
because
Freeman."
he was looking out for you. He thought you could die.
I could.
Oh yeah,
Could.
yeah.
I'm
Captain-
allergic to everything.
Yeah.
You
The
risked-
best was they had somebody like ordered I think it was like a nachos version of what they have.
Yeah.
And the chips were like pressed sesame seeds. And I was like, what in the is this?
I feel like the vegan fare has gotten much better. I actually don't go to that restaurant as much anymore. There's a really good vegan Italian place in West Hollywood. I'm not joking. It is so good. Justin Martindale, who makes fun of me for being vegan all the time, loves it there. You guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring you some. Next time I do this, I'll bring you some.
You talk about the positivity report. That Martindale just lights up a room.
He really does.
You just
Really does.
you talk about the comics you really missed in the last year, just getting to see all the time and just giving like a hug. Like her and Justin are just right up there at the top.
Right up
Oh,
there.
thank you.
Y'all are just the best.
The
man.
best.
This is
Thank
the
you.
best.
This is-
I'm drunk.
This is the best.
This is my post-workout shake.
Justine daintily took the smallest sip of twisted tea. Are you worried about being intoxicated?
No, I literally never drink. So
Yeah.
Are you worried about going full machine?
I'm
Dude, she
worried
is
about going
messed
full
up.
machine.
Plus, they're
Cut
so
to her
vegan
brown
now.
bag and Coors Light.
I
with-
know.
Take like a semi sip. It's not that strong. It's only like 4% alcohol.
No, it's stronger than that.
Is it?
It says contains alcohol.
It's very
5%.
nice.
I
And
told
there's
you.
like a lemony.
5%.
I know. And then they have a half and half one like Arnold Palmer.
Oh my God, I love Arnold.
mean-
See, I'm drunk. I'm already slurring my words.
Yes.
But that's what, because look, they've tricked everybody. They've tricked this new generation of millennial Sandys and Georges into having these beverages that are 5% alcohol. All those like White Claws and stuff, they're all 5% alcohol. Meanwhile, me with my nice, cute little light beer, barely 4% alcohol. So I'm staying sober. I'm driving. I am steering the yacht while you guys all dance to your Christopher Cross and...
Well, remember that time we did comedy down in San Diego? The three of us went to Lestats in that University Heights area.
Lestats,
yeah.
Yeah.
I got hammered. We tried to stop at every McDonald's on the way home. There weren't any open. Justine had to drive because we were both very
They were
drunk.
drunk. And we stopped at, what was it, Red Robin on the way there?
Yeah, no, it was a Chili's, I believe. or an
Applebee's. It was Applebee's.
We stopped at Applebee's because I knew where the Applebee's was. And then I regretted my decision because I think the order of the show, I think it was Josh, Justine, then me.
Yeah.
And Josh goes up, has a great set. Justine goes up, and like 2 minutes into Justine's set, Josh and I are just in the green room by herself, and Josh is like, "Hey, I'm gonna go check out Justine's set. I just farted," and he left. And so I'm just sitting in the green room with this waft, and I'm like, "Oh man, I can't believe I picked up the tab for those nachos."
Oh my God.
That damn Applebee's.
Yeah.
It'll get you every time.
Straight in the gut. Straight in the gut. Guys, I could do this for 10 years. I really could.
I remember that picture of us that we took, like our promo picture for Three's Too Much, which is the inaugural Tux borrowing.
Ikaika, look up Three's Too Much.
Yeah.
Three, the word three, the number two, and the word much.
I still get updates about how our Facebook fan page is doing, so there's got to be an image out there.
There's definitely
still
an image
there?
out there. Yes.
Yeah, it's still there for some reason.
for sure.
Yeah, we don't need you to search the actual episodes.
We took that picture in the backyard of Frank Kramer's house where
Yes.
the original Toad Hop was.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that really, Three's Too Much was how we eventually got Schmoes Know on the network.
Correct.
Because
Yes.
Three's Too Much was first, and then
We were
I
pioneers.
introduced Christian
We
to
were.
Frank, and we all started, palling around, and then
Yep.
we get into Toad Hop when they moved into WeWork, and it was just like,
Yep.
it was just the perfect confluence of events.
Really
If you
was.
had to compare Three's Too Much, the era of Three's Too Much, to either a movie star's career or like a band, who would you say is most accurate? Because I feel like we were, I don't want to toot our own horn too much.
Okay.
I feel like we were Nirvana.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why, because we came out there with a bang. We didn't care what the man said. The man said, "Hey, you got to have segments. You got to have breaks. You can't cuss. You can't do all these stupid things. You can't play lady at the end of every show." And we're like, "We don't care about your rules, old man. This is a new generation." But then instead of the lead singer dying, one of the hosts really wanted to
Needed
take
naps.
naps, and then that just
Kinda
led
the
to
same
the
thing.
fallout of the band.
There it is. Look at it. Pull it.
Oh,
there
it is.
Look.
It's all blurry.
It's fine. Is that
Look
the
at
biggest
it.
picture they
Justine with
have?
her
Yeah.
tiara.
Oh,
Go to-
yeah.
Yeah.
That's our queen.
Well, that's our logo, right? You can click on the logo to the left. Yeah, that one.
Oh,
there it
that
is.
was
Look at that logo.
Solid. I'm
Solid.
sorry. Is this a real 90s? Is this on CBS on Saturday mornings?
Unbelievable. When it's two's enough and one's not enough, it's three's
Too
too much.
much. Ugh,
So good.
so
Three's
good.
Too Much is filmed before a live studio audience. Sit, Ubu, sit.
Josh comes walking in, people start clapping, and then Mark walks in, people start clapping, and then Justine comes down the stairs. Everyone's like,
They go crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the queen of the 90s
That
right
is
there.
right there.
And then you
We're
and I are
talking about
vying
it.
for king.
Correct,
And we're
correct.
having a fight like in Step Brothers.
I mean, which one of us on this table lost their virginity to the Spider-Man song by Nickelback?
Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
That one.
Not me.
Okay?
With other people passed out on the sectional couch.
No, Blair's looking at you like, Mom?
She's like, Mother.
It wasn't me, Blair. Talk to your mom.
It was me.
She's
How
mad that we
dare
are
you.
talking trash about
Yes.
Millennial Sandy.
Oh, goodness. Guys, I could do this forever, but unfortunately, I have to leave in like 10 minutes because
we just opened beers.
I know. My wife needs to go to physical therapy, and I have to go watch the baby.
Well,
Riley, go pick up the wife.
All right, you got it, Josh. I can take care of that.
Ikaika, I'll run the rest of the show.
His hair
Go
looks
up a little
even
bit.
better today than
it does.
usual.
It's great.
Yesterday's volume was unbelievable too.
Are you using mousse?
It's moose.
No,
What?
no, I use I use just natural juices and berries.
Are you Italian?
No, he's from Orange County.
Oh,
I have a very small amount of Italian in me.
where's this hair coming from? Greece?
Because
This
we know
hair is,
Italians are
uh,
outlawed
this-
in Orange County.
This hair is English, German, Irish, of course.
You look like you went swimming in the ocean this morning. That's how that hair stays like that. You look like you went surfing.
I'm telling you, for the entire first 6 months of our friendship, for six
Yeah.
You had-
months,
you
finally
were-
I got the balls to be like, Christian, does he know the plugs look that bad? And he's like, that's is real hair. I was like, get the fuck.
Finally, you had the balls. Ask me.
But yeah, and this is true. If you photograph Mark Riley, his hair turns this blue tint like Superman in the comics.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Look at that.
That's not from the light. That's from his hair.
I turned that on with my hair.
I think the Italian really came through. That minuscule
Agreed.
amount. I mean, that is not English hair.
I'm all Italian and
No English. Maybe I don't even know about Irish. I haven't been to the home country, so I have no idea.
I do love that rumor. We should start like, hey, look, America, it's the land of freedom and equality, but Hermosa Beach does not allow Italians.
No Italians.
It's weird.
like as soon as you cross like that point of the 5, like right near the 710, there's like,
Yeah.
hey, it's an Italian.
I love that the anti-Italian sounds kind of like an Italian.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, it's an Italian.
Very Italian. It's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Judge Doom was a tune the whole time.
Hey, it's an Italian.
Hey, get him out of here.
Hey. Poor Len.
Poor Len. Well, thank you. It was such a pleasure to come on and drink some iced D's nuts.
Oh, baby. Guys, if you were a fan of Three's Too Much back in the day, we ended every episode with an awkward D's nuts joke.
Yeah. Look, I don't know who the king and queen of the 90s are, but I do know who the princes and the queen of 9D's nuts are.
Yes.
We still got it.
Yeah.
Justine and I are like Tyson and Holyfield.
Yeah.
Like, no, we can still go out there and box. Watch this.
Yeah.
We may have said something about Pamela Anderson, but she, of course, was married to the one and only
Here it is.
Tommy Lee's D's nuts. Tommy D's nuts.
Keep going.
It's gotta end with a D, right?
Yeah. Even Justine knows that. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, it kind of. I mean,
It's not a rhyming.
this is, by the
thing.
way, how every show ended. Was not on the besties nuts joke. It was on like one that we tried to shoehorn in, and then it's like, well, thank you, we gotta go.
Wait. Okay.
Okay.
Come on, Josh, bring it home.
We may have overlooked the serious queen of the 90s in Andy's Nuts McDowell.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay, well, then we'll simply rescue the show and say, hey, thank you for tuning into the report that always brings the positive D's nuts.
Oh! Thank you all. We have a huge Friday here today. 2 o'clock today, Josh Brady, Lily Marston versus Jocelyn Davis. Then at 4 p.m.
Ooh, I don't know who I have in that.
That's a tight one.
I'm going Jocelyn.
Jocelyn? What do you got? Who do you got?
I'll go with
Justine?
Jocelyn too.
Jocelyn.
Justine and I are going to be back in here drinking Coors
Yep.
Lights purchased at 7-Eleven across the street.
If you guys want to come back, 8 p.m., I'm getting my back wax and part of my chest wax.
Oh
That's 8
my
p.m.?
God.
8 p.m. Yep.
Okay, I got a big pay-per-view tonight, which is why I'm pre-gaming.
Pre-gaming.
I got 2 matches tonight, which are going to be great, and then I'll try to
Just come
shuttle
over.
on
We're
over.
here till midnight.
Yeah, I got a couple shows, but maybe I'll come on
Come
over
over.
before or after.
Come on over.
I'll give you a text.
Come on over, baby.
Baby. Chris D's nuts. I got it. It only took 10 years.
Thank you all for joining us here on The Positivity. We're here every single weekday, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific. It's way easier to love than hate. Find the good. We'll see you Monday.